This video will show you how to get started quickly with Archivist. We'll start by showing you how to upload a PDF file into your database and chat with that document locally. The document that we're going to use is a recent newsletter from Hedge Fund Research from July-August of 2025. We're choosing this newsletter because it's so recent that it's not in the AI model's training data, and it's pretty representative of the type of business document that a user might want to work with locally. We've highlighted a couple things in this document that we might want to use to test the accuracy of Archivist retrieval. Here, at the end of the document, there's a discussion around gold as an asset class and how it relates to tariffs in the US. We can test if the RAG system picks up on that section of the newsletter. We're going to start in Archivist by going to the Browse tab. This is where we can look at the files in our database. We're going to click to list the files, and you'll see that it loads 0 files. It shows 0 files because the database is still empty. This is a new installation. From here, we're going to pre-process the newsletter to convert it to plain text. We can just drag and drop the PDF file into Archivist. We're going to use the fast processing setting, and we're just going to click to convert the file to text. You could take this text with you into any AI application, not just Archivist. This processing runs in the background and will output the text to this window. And there it is. Now, we can scroll down and see that it transcribed everything that was in the newsletter. We also get that little success message pop up on the right, and we can click to download it as either a text or a markdown file. To save that to our desktop, we click the blue link. Once the file is on the desktop, we can open it and see that everything is there. Next, we're going to go to the Upload tab, where we take that document and we actually upload it into our database. Similar to the PDF file, we can just drag and drop it into the window. We provide great flexibility in the types of chunking strategies you can do by uploading as a CSV or by using special tokens for splitting wherever you want. But we're just going to use the standard fixed width here. We're not going to create what we call a file set. We'll talk about that in another video. When we're ready, we click to process and store the document. And it gets split into chunks, and you see it created 23 chunks that are in our database. From there, we can go to the Browse tab. And if we click to list files, now we see that we have that one file. Our database was empty, and now we have the one file that we uploaded. So we can click to select it, and we can open our Documents folder. And what's nice here is this will show us every file that we have in our database, so you don't need to go hunt through your file system. We can also click to open the actual file itself if you'd like a quick way to look at it once you have many files in your database. From here, we can go to the Query tab, which is the main workspace. This is where we will select the file that we want to query. And this will isolate the discussion to only the newsletter. In the message box, we're going to input a query asking if the newsletter says anything about precious metals. It's not going to be an exact match to the word gold, so it will be a nice test of semantic similarity. It might take a few seconds here, depending on your hardware, for the AI model to load into your system memory, but once it does, the generation happens pretty quickly. So here comes the answer, and it says that the newsletter does discuss precious metals. It mentions gold and silver. And then at the end, it provides some citations. So it'll tell you exactly what chunk number in the document it's drawing from to generate the information that you're seeing. And so what that does is it provides transparency and traceability so that you can then go to the Inspect tab and load the file for viewing. This is where you can look at every single chunk in your specific document. And we can go look at those chunks around chunk 18, 19, 20, and so on, and validate that, yeah, this is where the document is discussing gold in the newsletter. And if we look at the newsletter itself, we see that those chunks where we're getting the information are around chunks 19, 20, 21, 22. So that lines up with exactly what we would expect. So now you've learned how to pre-process a document, upload it into Archivist, and then conduct a simple RAG chat with your documents. Now you wouldn't need to read the whole newsletter or something similar to find out if this document is mentioning gold or other precious metals. And you can do that without the document leaving your own personal device, which allows you to work with internal business documents in a secure, local setting. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy Archivist.